Good to be back on the air. It's Asian and Wild Forest has released some major updates back-to-back during the last week of June up to this first week of July. And this includes, of course, the release of the Signal Fire, which I have another video explaining. Then there's also the end of the season and the next upcoming play third drop season. And of course, last but not the least is the release of the Forge. So I'll be running you guys through that and explaining as we go. So let's dive right in. Okay, so what is the Forge in Wild Forest? The Forge is the final missing piece for players who were playing these previous seasons in Wild Forest all this time. If you guys remember, the units that you are playing with right now is technically Wild Forest beta units, whether these are on-chain or actual NFTs, which you can differentiate in the unit portraits inside the game. What's great about this is that you can finally cash out your earned units if you ever want to do so by buying packs using Essence and then selling it on the marketplace. Or, assuming that you still want to continue playing Wild Forest because, it's a great game, then you can use Essence to obtain new units that you want. We all know that units in Wild Forest are not made equal. Some are borderline garbage while others are just way stronger than most choices. I have a tier list of units in Wild Forest linked below in my Twitter, but this is a bit outdated since they've also recently patched air units, but anyway, let's continue. Well, according to this part, there might be more requirements down the line to craft Essence, aside from just burning units, so that's something to consider as well. Here's the important part. The amount of the Essence you will get for release units depends on their rank and level, increasing exponentially as we go up the rarity ladder, starting from 100 Essence for commons, up to as much as 640 for rares. Now notice I didn't bother looking at epics and legendaries, and the reason for that is I think it's highly unlikely that people will be burning epics and legendaries much because these units will be manually leveled by players, and there's also the case of perks. If ever it's economical to level up and farm Essence by ranking up worthless units to epic and legendary, like for example the Blood Hunter maybe, or the Sniper, then maybe, but I would not hold my breath. Additionally, aside from rarity, you also get more Essence based on how much you've leveled it. And using what resource with you getting more Essence, if you've spent more Wild Forest tokens, then just gold, with the breakdown being every 1 shard invested in level ups being an extra 0.089 Essence, and 1 gold extra 0.009 Essence. Last but not the least, the actual levels of the units also add more Essence, so level 7s are worth more Essence than level 3 units, for example. Lastly, beta units have a separate conversion table, which I will flash on the screen now. A good tip here is to make sure to directly convert as much gold and shards as you can by using it to level up as many units as possible before converting so it gets carried over as well. Just make sure that you do this as soon as possible because beta units will be convertible for only a period of 4 weeks after game's main launch, because after that beta units will no longer be accepted and essentially be phased out. And that's all she wrote for the Forge. Make sure to convert your units as soon as possible, especially your beta units, and get familiarized because I assume this will be one of the main ways of cashing out value from Wild Forest and spending it on packs and items in the Forge to sell on the marketplace. All in all, the Forge function fills in a vital role not just in Wild Forest's gameplay loop but also in balancing their economy, with there being an unlimited sink basically for units, since they'll still be useful for burning for Essence even if it's a weak unit or out of meta one, like for example the Blood Hunter or Harlequin at the moment. That's all, and I'll see you all on the other side.